50 miles an hour. We got 50 miles an hour.
Folks, it's here. The bike has finally touched pavement. Today I received the bolt that goes on the rear wheel because the original bolt was stripped and it was off, laying down inside the box. I don't know why that was, but sometimes quality control can be an issue with Aniioki. Nevertheless, I reached out to them. They did get the bolt here. It required patience on my end. Not a problem. First and foremost, this is not a collaboration. This bike was purchased with my own money simply because it belongs to my son. He reached out to me and said, "Dad, I like to have the GT after riding your A9 because he just had his house built and he don't have the money to pay all at once." I said, "No problem. You can pay me monthly, son." My neighbor happens to have the same bike he ordered and he got it 2 days before I got mine. So I'm really grateful for that. I'm really sucks that he didn't use my link though. So kind of want to knock him in the head for that. But anyways, this is not a collaboration. However, I'm going to speak and there will be a link in my video simply because I do collaborate with Aniioki on 2 other bikes. Is that fair enough? Okay, let's get to it. First and foremost, this is the Aniioki 2026 Pro Max dual direct drive motors, the GT version. The A8 GT and the A9 GT, I believe that these bikes are the flagship of those specific models. Let's get down to some nitty and gritty. We're going to talk about the motor, the controller, the battery, and the display. The controllers is 2 50 amp controllers that is encased and housed right here. And they're big. When it comes to the motors themselves, you have a 3,000 watt on the front, a 3,000 watt on the rear for a combined 6,000 peak. 6,000 watts? Whew. You folks got to get on this bike to really understand what it feels like. It's nuts. It really, really is nuts. Now, the battery, you can see how thick it is. Is it a 60 amp? No. 52 amp? No. Is it an 80 amp? That would be kind of fun, right? But it'd be a lot thicker than that. It is, however, a 72 volt, 70 amp hour battery. That means you're still able to go long distance in upwards of 240 miles. Now, there are some other factors that come into play, such as your body weight. Are you nailing it with the throttle all the time? Or you're dealing with certain terrain, steep slopes. That's going to affect your longevity on your battery. Now, do understand that when it comes to volts and amps, a lot of people don't understand the difference. Volts is simply the power in which the battery has. In this case, it's got some power. And then the amp is how long the battery will last. That's the most simplest term I can tell you. Here's the key. This bike has 250 Newton meters of torque. 250? If you haven't had a bike with that type of torque, you probably don't have an idea on how this bike actually moves and how it jerks you back. You need to be careful. Don't do that one-handed stuff with your hand on this right here. Decide it, because you will come off this bike. So that's a dangerous thing. I want you to keep both hands on the handlebars at all times, okay? Because the bike is strong for its class. It does have the upgraded display as you get on the dual motors, as opposed to the single motors. So you're getting all that good stuff. Now, one of the things about all of the controls, I'm not going to go through all of the controls because you're going to get everything that the basic model, the single motor has, and you're going to get some additional upgrades that you get when you get the dual motors. Now, as far as the GT versus the non-GT dual motors, the only thing difference is you're getting this battery size right here, 72 volts, 70 amp. That's it. You get 20x4 tires, which are all-terrain tires, encased up front here. You have 2 300 millimeter rotors, have 6 pistons. Yeah, 6 pistons. We already know that story, right? That's what you get up here. You're getting a plastic fender, okay? You're getting a headlight and two turn signal lights up front. So that's a great thing about having the upgraded version versus the single motor. Now, Aniioki what this year, 2026, they do have the front turn signal lights now on the single motor. As far as the A8, I'm not sure about the AQ177. And on the rear here, you're also getting a 20x4 tire, okay? And you're getting one 300 millimeter rotor. You're getting a 7-speed Shimano. You get 5 levels of pedal assist. You're getting a common seat, and you can have the optional rear rack, not rear rack, but basket and the insert. And, you know, you can dress it up. It's really, really up to you. You do get shocks. You did get the adjustments for the air shocks and whatnot up front. And you do get rear shocks. But there are some caveats that I'm not a big fan of. Here's one of the things that I've always asked Aniioki to do. Get rid of the USB up front. It doesn't really charge your phone adequately. Get rid of the camera. We all have cameras today that shoot 4K. This thing is 7720p at best. But if you can integrate an audible sound and a flasher on the display to let the rider know when they still have the left or right turn signal on, that would help. 3 other bike companies already do it. That would help a ton, okay? I think you should integrate that. It's quite easy. Update the software and the controllers and integrate it. Quite simple, right? All right, I think you'll get it done, right? Because where else can you go from this, Aniioki? What other bike can you create? You're either gonna create a whole new type of bike, or you're gonna start integrating things that we're asking for, right? I think you can do it. Matter of fact, I know you can do it, all right? Now, folks, everything here is ready to roll. I think we should go. My son's gonna be pleased at the fact that I got him a basket, an insert, a battery pack, a phone holder, and mirrors. I put these mirrors, these packs on all of my bikes. It's a good way to keep things charged, okay? You put some Velcro right here, the other strip here, you line it up and put it back on here, and voila, it ain't going nowhere. And you can charge it, and when you're sitting out chilling, let the bike sit in the sun, and it'll charge this solar panel right here, right up for you. Folks, let's get to ride. Let me show you some footage. It is in the evening time, so if it does get dark, I do have my Insta360 X5 set to pure video mode, and we'll get some footage, okay? I want you to see how this bike rides. So I'm going to give you some miles. I'm going to give you some time. I'm asking you to commit to my time so that we can see how this works. Until next time, let's go riding. So what I'm going to do is probably do a loop real fast so I can come around here. That way I have a better shot at the straightaway. Okay, folks, we're getting ready now. Okay, I was able to break 48. I got to 49. I do have a lot of wind out here today. So whenever there's wind and you're going against it, you're not going to get as much speed. I did get 50 easily, many days and whatnot. And I also got 50 just a few days ago on my neighbor's bike. So anywho, let's go ahead and take a ride down the bike trail here, or shall I say the bike path. walking path. It's a mixture of both. And you know what? Before we go down there, let's go ahead and take a ride um, out towards the levee before the sun sets and see how this works. Now this is fine. We're not going to go all the way down. I'm going to do a U-turn right here. And we definitely will take a ride down the walk path, okay? The bike has no problem whatsoever getting up in speed. I will tell you one thing. If you're ever riding the GT, be very careful. With 250 millimeters of torque, you see how my right hand is on that throttle? If you try and pull that throttle with just one hand and not having both hands tightly on the grips, you may throw yourself backwards. So let's lower the speed here. We're going to talk a little bit and I can share a few things with you. Now, as I stated, the bike is very nimble. And I've tried this with cones. I've tried this through little parking spaces with the bike trailer attached, and it absolutely works wonderful. And so I got a lot more footage coming about this particular model. Now, you're probably stating, well, this is not a collaboration. Why are you doing a review? You're right. This is not a collaboration. This is a bike I purchased with my own money because my son wanted this particular model. But do understand, I am a big fan of Aniioki. And I like their style of their e-bikes. I like their ability to innovate and whatnot. I'm going to just pause really here right quick because the bugs really get up in here. And I want to keep the bugs off. Okie dokie. There we go. That's better. There we go. Okay. So, I like the Aniioki brand. They're absolutely amazing e-bikes. I know that there's a lot of individuals who, sorry about that. I know there's a lot of individuals who may have had some issues with their e-bikes, and these individuals deserve full attention. And I hope that they reconcile their situations with their e-bikes with the Aniioki company. Aniioki customer service has improved over the years, but there's some work that still needs to be done. quality control. There's some work that needs to be done there also. That doesn't make the company bad. No matter what product you buy in the world, products are not meant to last. Products are simply products. They're going to fail. They're going to have some mistakes. They're going to have some lemons, and things are not perfect because ultimately you have humans that are behind the products, and humans get tired. We don't know what the work conditions are in other countries as opposed to ours here. So we need to be very careful to label a company as a bad company. I do think that Aniioki need to take care of those who have had some difficulties, but it's not my call. And one of the things that I will never do, I will never, what's the word? I would never kiss or lick the boots of any company just for the satisfaction of getting a free bike. I don't know if you folks know, but I got another video I'm going to share with you folks on this new channel of mine. And I just started a new channel. Okay. Let me give you the name of that channel really quick. A new channel on, give me 1 second. I just got to get in here. And I want you folks to get that new name. It's very difficult to do these things. The channel name is Ebike _ Guru _ 4 ever. So Ebike Guru forever. And that is my new channel that I'm going to particularly place e-bike or bike videos on, period. Okay. And I want to bring some old footage from over the years, 15 years ago, back in the day. I want to share those e-bike and manual bike videos with you folks. And so come on over and join me. And I'd be grateful. I'm not trying to rush the channel. I just wanted to separate the e-bike videos from my emergency preparedness channel. But as you see, the bike moves really, really good. And I couldn't ask for anything more. And one of the things you'll notice right away is that the turn radius on these bikes are very important. Turn radius on most bikes are not that good, but I can take this little section right here in number 1, and I can turn right here just like this. Do a tight turn. Tight, very tight. Okay, you see how tight that was. It's very, very stable, and it rides very straight. I can let go of my hands and have it on auto mode, as we call it. Some people say cruise control, but I can do that, and the bike rides straight. It tracks. And so, is there a better bike than Aniioki? There's a lot of good e-bikes out there. Okay, a lot of good e-bikes out there, but I particularly love the Aniioki brand. I know there's a lot of other e-bikes out there that could satisfy my my taste, and I welcome any company to reach out so that I could try out your e-bike, promote it, and get it to the appropriate customers. And the reason why I say this, because not all e-bike brands are equal. Some people like this brand, some people like that brand, some people like quite a few brands. But if you promote it and get it out there and be honest with your viewers, I think that you're going to get a better, response. Until next time, take care of yourselves. And I hope that you all are out riding and having fun. Summertime is upon us. So enjoy yourselves.